One design decision can save you $10,000 or more before you even pick a paint color. It's not the floor plan. It's not the finishes. It's the roof. Single-slope barndominiums are having their moment in 2026, and once you see the math behind them, you'll understand why builders keep recommending them over traditional designs. I'm going to break down what this roof actually costs, what it saves, where it falls short, and whether it's the right call for your build. Quick definition: a single-slope roof, sometimes called a shed roof or skill-ion roof, is one flat plane running from a tall wall down to a short one. No ridge, no valleys, no peak. Picture cutting a traditional gable roof in half and stretching it across the whole structure. Typical pitch sits between 412 and 612. Tall side usually lands 14 to 20 feet, low side 10 to 12 feet. That height difference is where all the design magic happens, but we'll get to that. Here's the part most videos skip. Because a single slope roof is one continuous surface instead of multiple angles meeting at ridges and hips, it changes three numbers on your build. Framing speed. A 40 by 60 shell that takes 7 to 10 days with a complex roof can be framed and sheathed in 3 to 5 days with a single slope. Fewer cuts, fewer crew hours, fewer mistakes. Material waste. Multi-plane roofs lose 20 to 30% more material to cuts and scrap. On a 2,400 square feet build, that's roughly $2,000 to $4,000 back in your pocket. Labor. Since labor runs 40 to 50% of total build cost, a simpler roof system can save $8,000 to $15,000 across the project. Add it up, and you're looking at roughly 15 to 20% lower roofing costs compared to a traditional gable or hip design. For a 40 by 60, 2,400 square feet, build in 2026, shell package runs $28,000 to $42,000, foundation $14,400 to $19,200, assembly $10,000 to $14,000, call it $52,000 to $75,000 for a weatherproof shell. Finish it out mid-range, and you're at roughly $95 to $145 per square foot turnkey, versus $180 to $280 for a comparable stick-built home. The savings get people interested. The design is what closes the deal. That tall wall on the high side is basically a canvas for glass, floor-to-ceiling windows, or a run of clear-story windows near the roofline. More daylight means less artificial lighting, and studies put the reduction at 50 to 70% during daylight hours. Inside, an 18-foot vaulted ceiling on the great room side makes a modest footprint feel dramatically larger, while the low side naturally becomes a cozy bedroom wing. You get built-in zoning without a complicated floor plan. And because that tall face usually gets oriented south or southeast, it doubles as a great surface for solar panels. One uninterrupted plane instead of the broken-up angles you'd get on a hip roof. No design is perfect, so here's the honest list. It's a modern look, full stop. If you want a traditional farmhouse silhouette, this isn't it. Some HOAs in historic districts restrict or ban it outright, so check before you fall in love with the plan. All your runoff hits one side, which means you need properly sized gutters. Budget an extra $800 to $2,000 for that. The tall wall takes the brunt of wind in storm-prone areas, which can mean added structural bracing. And you lose the attic storage a traditional gable gives you for free. 30 by 40, 1,200 square feet starter or small family footprint, $114,000 to $174,000 turnkey. 40 by 60, 2,400 square feet the sweet spot. 3 to 4 bedrooms, great room on the tall side, $228,000 to $348,000 turnkey. 50 by 70, 3,500 square feet the luxury version, $332,000 to $511,000 turnkey, where the height and light really become the main event. Choose it if you want a modern look, natural light, solar potential, and you're building somewhere with flexible codes. Skip it if you're set on a classic barn look, you're under a strict HOA, or you need serious attic storage. A single slope roof isn't just a style choice, it's a cost decision that happens to look incredible. If you're seriously considering one, get your local codes checked first and talk to a designer who's actually built this style before. If this saved you some research time, subscribe. I'm covering real barndominium numbers every week, no fluff.